Welcome to our cybersecurity event. I'm Martin and I'm your host today. And with me, I've got Jesper Mikkelsen from Trend Micro and Peter Glenstrup from Arctic Wolf. And this leads me on to the next topic, which is insurance, because insurance is something that you have to prevent so you have some money if your house burns down, but you can also buy an insurance if you're hacked, if you are attacked from ransomware. And the insurance company will go and dictate what you're going to have as a multi-factor authentication, a regular risk assessment. So they go and dictate what you as a company would need to apply to your security. How do you see that? Is that something that is a good trend in the market because it'll secure the company so it don't get bankrupt? Or will it, on the other hand, be a carrot for the hackers to say, now we can really hack because now we are sure to get some money because insurance will pay? How do you see this picture?
Yeah, I see the dynamic in insurance from the customer side. So they are confronted by new controls from the insurances. So if you cannot answer, we have this and that. So you mentioned some product names here. Do we or do we not have it? And if the insurance company have a red list of stuff you don't have, either you get a premium that will go up 300%, as a meeting I just left earlier today. So the customer had a 300% increase in cost and lower coverage. And yesterday we met a customer in part of Denmark here where the insurance actually fired them as a customer because they could not answer these questions. So it's a very confrontive, and I really like the insurance companies because they're stepping up and asking these questions. So that mandates the companies and the board of directors and the managers to actually sit down and think about, okay, what do we do with our cybersecurity? What are we doing? We are writing all these things in our yearly plans and stuff, but what are we doing? And they are confronting from insurance companies. They're confronted by their customers, vendors, suppliers, whatever they are, compliance needs, stuff like that. So I see insurance as part of the compliance dialogue we have with the customers. So can we or can we not do this? So can we ask or answer the questions, yes or no? And if we can help them to say yes, then they get a lower premium. They maybe stay insured. And the insurance companies actually like when the companies are more, low in risk, because then they don't, pay the ransomware cost or whatever, because the company is more in the profile secured. So that's how I see it and my experience with insurance companies. So we love them, and as we love all products, we also love insurance companies and work with them as well.
So, as I hear it from Peter, it's now easier to sell a security solution. You just need to go together with an insurance company and then have a solution with them and then sell that to the customer. Is that the way you see it as well? Has it become easier, or is it the same, or how do you see the point in the insurance companies?
Yeah, so that's a good actual question. Luckily, I'm a techie and not a seller, so I can't really answer that if it's become easier to sell security products. But I do agree with Peter, what he said. However, I have a couple of caveats when it comes to that. Some of the things that you listed, like enabling two-factor validation on your all of your stuff in general, it's an actually good idea. So many of those points should be, in general, a bare minimum for security, because it's going to minimize the attack surface for sure. So that's a good idea. So that one I like. One caveat, in my personal opinion, is when it comes to the compliance stuff, compliance doesn't equal you are secure. So just have that in mind, because those, of course, there is something that aligns, but it doesn't mean that you are secure. It just means you can set a tick mark, hey, we have two-factor validation and stuff like that. So just when you go for that kind of insurance and stuff like that, just make sure that it doesn't become a matter of checking a box, but also it's actually implemented and things interact and speak to one another and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see companies pop up in educating customers and how they are going to prevent if a phishing attack is coming, what they should do. And they actually send in phishing mails, fake phishing mails, that is harmless, but a lot of users are clicking on them. And I think it's 80-90% of users that will click on even the fake ones, even though they get warned and stuff like that. So how do you see that? Because that's something that really explodes, And how can you ensure that? Because that needs education and education and education again. But can you really do something about that so you get a check mark in an insurance?
Actually, back to Jesper's point and the point you just made here, that we want our customers to actually not make it a check mark, because then it's not a security, then it's just a check mark in the management report to whatever stakeholders you have on top of you as an IT guy. So what we do around awareness, so we see this as a continuous awareness thing. So we don't, or our customers do not want to have this check mark. They actually want to have the value out of the training they do, or the users do. And the value they see is actually to have it as a fully managed thing. So they don't want to sit and be in control. They don't want to decide what the users they have need to be trained on from a compliance point of view or management or whatever it is point of view. They need somebody to take that as a service again, but take that responsibility and train the users they have. And what we have seen from our point of view is doing a 1 hour, 2 hour, one daily training, half a year, something that doesn't work. The users are sitting doing this check mark, maybe getting a test phishing mail once a year or something. That's not good enough. The thing they remember is so small, and it's about getting the cyber hygiene or the culture in the company to go above what they have today. So it's actually a culture where the users are okay with going up to IT and say, hey, I clicked this mail. They need to do it instantly. So if we can get another culture in a good and funny way, that is what we see our customers is wanting. Continuously small, tiny training that are funny. And from an IT security point of view, I always laugh when I see some of these trainings that our customers are getting about a guy washing away ransomware from a plate in a kitchen. And we sit and laugh about it. Nothing to do with IT security. Yes, it have, because the users we are going out to on getting training, they are the guys and girls that don't know what ransomware, phishing, smishing, social engineering, all the cool stuff we talk about. They don't know it. So we need to get them the information in a funny, continuously way. And that is what we see our customers getting the most value out of. Continuously small trainings. Don't do a half-yearly thing. That's our recommendation, or my personal recommendation is to do it in a confront those old type of awareness things. So, but yeah, back to Jesper's point, yeah, that is, don't make it a check mark. Nothing in IT security should be a compliance checklist, something. It's a continuous journey, as I see it.
So thank you so much. Thank you.